Oh, sound was muted. Alright, just because I'm sure people will complain. So we're jumping into this match between Phoenix Rising Emerald and Tiny Dancers in B East. Let's just take a quick look while the bands are being played at the map select screen, which isn't working. There we go. PRE choosing to ban out Alterac and Dragonshire Tiny Dancers, banning out Tomb and Brax's Holdout, choosing Volskaya as the first map. So we're going to jump right into this game, being that this was Tiny Dancers map. Phoenix Rising Emerald getting that all-important first pick, and they're going to ban out Lucio. It's a hero that Materium has played quite a bit, wanting to take that away. On the other side, Zool, pretty meta ban from Tiny Dancers. If your second pick, you almost always have to ban Zool. Very OP hero at the moment. Anduin going to get banned out as well, so it looks like they've decided their choke is going to go onto Materium. Not entirely sure how deep Materium's hero pool is. Let's take a quick look at that. But looks like it's going to be the Garrosh first pick out of PRE. As far as heroes go, Garrosh still fairly popular. Though if I recall, the win rate's not the most impressive. Pulling up the stats now. First pick, Muradin, Rhaegar. So you can see right now, Garrosh only had a 42% win rate, still 45% popularity. Muradin certainly is not a high popularity hero. So I'm surprised to see... I'm not surprised at all to see Rhaegar. I mean, Rhaegar right now, I'm shocked his popularity is that low at 39%. Blust available. Now, Muradin's great with Rhaegar with that Blust, but I'm just surprised that that's the choice. I don't know if they were worried about it getting target banned or what. On the other side, though, Jaina and Stukov, both good potential to follow up off the Garrosh. Says we're just moving through this draft at a fairly impressive clip. Next band to come in could target a solo laner, could target an assassin, maybe a Rainer. We're going to target Maiev. It is something that has been shown by PRE before. Lunara going to get banned out. Targeting a hero Feldroth has played this season. I just noticed Fishing Queen is on the roster. Fishing Queen, I believe, was on Bugin squad at the start of the season. Don't know if I guess they're not still on that roster since they're here. Liddell, who was a healer last season, moving to off lane, grabs the Leoric. Fishing Queen is going to grab... Yeah, they are on the roster. Okay. Fishing Queen is going to grab the Kael'thas. Last two picks coming in for PRE. It's going to be Falstad. And I love the choice Falstad here, and Imperius. The reason I love the Falstad choice is because Rhaegar is exceptional with Bloodlust, and with the Leo, it suggests to me that they're definitely going that route. Mighty Gust can neuter it dramatically. As we see Feldroth jumping onto Zul'jin, a very classic Feldroth pick. Hero that Feldroth has just a ton of experience on. So here we go, moving into the series, Tiny Dancers, Phoenix Rising Emerald. Going to be game one on Volskaya, and just taking a quick look at the standings. Tiny Dancers currently sitting atop B East. Undefeated in terms of match records. They've dropped a few matches here and there. But otherwise still undefeated. Actually, no, I take that back. They lost to Tricky Gooses just recently. So Tricky Gooses actually has a head-to-head. They won 2-1 over them. I think Tiny Dancers also dropped the map to Die for Vision, if I remember correctly. On the other hand, Phoenix Rising Emerald has not won a series yet, but they have taken maps off Jailbait, for example. They've taken maps off Tricky Gooses, so they can win games. The question is, can they win a series? And that's the question that, as yet, we don't have a yes answer to. But hopefully we will get it this series, as we're just waiting on last people to load in. Here we go. And we're going to jump right in to map number 1. On the left side, Phoenix Rising Emerald. It's going to be Lazy Hydra on Imperius, Lothair on Falstad, Rain on Garrosh, Jimmy on Stukov, and Ace going to be on Jaina. And on the other side, leading the league but coming off a loss to Tricky Gooses, it's going to be Silver on Muradin, Fishing Queen on the Kael'thas, Materium on Rhaegar, Feldroth on Zul'jin, and Liddell going to be on Leoric. As we get set up, taking a look at those level 1s. We do have a Bribe Stead, which is a bit of a surprise. Don't typically think of this as much of a bribe map, as the camps are, pretty quick to take generally. But that said, does provide good single target damage. On the other hand, we have Q build out of Imperius. Garrosh going with the stacking Q talent. Stukov with Spine Launcher, which I will say is an interesting choice here. Normally you go Spine Launcher when there's like a hyper-mobile enemy squishy, and you want to punish, because, like Vala or Tracer, you can do that. Mana Addict from the Kael'thas. On the other side, Zul'jin did go with Recklessness. W build so far out of Rhaegar. Muradin taking Dwarf Block. Getting that auto attack resistance. And Oswin with Newell out of Leoric, which enables him to come back faster, kind of on demand. But so far, pretty safe rotations. Nobody really stepping up too much. I will say that over time, the team with the Muradin wins this just because, the self-sustain available on Muradin is among the best in the game. On the other side, though, they are falling behind in the wave clear to this Jaina. Looks like Rain wanted to look for Muradin. Good stun there by Mura. Got to keep an eye on those stacks when they're finished. Muradin becomes a significantly bigger threat. Feldroth currently working on the turrets. Won't be able to finish alone, though. But luckily not alone for long. But that said, that delay, as well as the slower rotations, does allow the healing camp to be picked up by PRE, who grab it very early at the 2-minute mark in this game. Good on them. From there, top lane being pushed in by Tiny Dancers, about to be cleaned up here. Wanted to chase onto the Jaina, doesn't land the Stormbolt. Jaina managing to get out of there. What is my delay? I've heard rumors. My delay is 30 seconds. That is what my delay currently is. I believe. It was longer, but I was having internet issues last night. Maybe it's at 30. I dropped it last night after I had really bad internet issues. Because when you lag, it delays you further, and I ended up being like 4 minutes behind. So with that, Tiny Dancers now 51% on the objective. Falstad flying in as PRE grabs control of the point. Level 7's here for both teams. Muradin hits the Stormbolt on the Garrosh. Not the ideal Todrick, but a good Gravity Lapse follow-up. But Lazy Hydra jumps in. Big spear there. Secures the kill onto Zul'jin with the follow-up. Now Falstad gets into the fray, into a Muradin. If I'm Lothar, I'm just like, yeah, thanks. Thanks, that's exactly what I wanted. To be at point-blank range of a Muradin on a fucking Falstad. But survives all the same. Zul'jin gonna be down for a bit. Will come back up. They will have a chance to contest on the side of Tiny Dancers. Alright. Now, re-engaging onto the point. 90%. But their health bar is already quite a bit low. 97. And it looks like they're giving up this Protector. Now, sometimes giving up the Protector early is actually a smart thing to do when you have a Zul'jin. As Zul'jin can't really stack while you're pushing with the Protector easily, but can stack defending the Protector. And so that might actually be the intentional play here. As the auto attack's now coming in. Falstad flying top. Zul'jin, though, actually just, saying, you want Axe? This is how you get Axe. Just really trucking down this Protector, as it's only just now getting onto the wall, already down to a third health. They want this well. They are going to sell out for it. Spear there once again. Oh, my goodness. Lazy Hydra just has a bead, but might pay for the greed. Really wanted to get the Zul'jin there. And now Zul'jin is just on the chase. Getting some revenge. So there we go. Currently, with the level 10 advantage, they're going to go grab on the side of Tiny Dancers the objective. And, despite that Protector, they still have the XP lead. Only 1-to-1 in kills, so a rather patient play there. But like I said, I think when you have a Zul'jin comp, this is sometimes the right play. I mean, you're talking about Zul'jin going from, he was at 3 of 30 to now at 7 of 30. So it's a big difference. That said, very passive play from both teams. They're kind of just grabbing camps on their side of the map, playing it slow. Yeah, neither team really fighting. I mean, take a look at the damage. You can see that Imperius actually has the highest hero damage. Zul'jin only at 9.4. No one really committing to any fights yet. And this is really Tiny Dancer's wheelhouse. I mean, Tiny Dancers is kind of notorious as a team that really only takes fights when it favors them. They're not a brawly team at all, but they're a good team because they can play the map so well, and they know when a fight is advantageous and when a fight is not. And that's been their skill set, and that's why they're currently sitting atop the standings. And you got to credit their shot calling for that. Garrosh currently looking for... That's Stukov, by the way, throwing out some damage. Stukov, always interested to see what he takes at 7. Did not go target excision, which is my preference. Went growing infestation. So really going to rely on some good CC here to silence out a target. Garrosh is not the best pair with Stukov. Not the worst, by any means. But the Imperius Spear could definitely set up some root combos post 13. And it looks like they actually want to get to this Imperius here. There's the root combo, guillotine used. And there you see it. Tiny Dancers at their best. Lothar flies in and says, nope, 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 nope. I could hear Lothair's E being mashed from here. Just the whole way flying in. That will be flight down. 2 kills now on to Lazy Hydra. And you know that's where they're at their strength. They get the pick right before the objective starts. They're gonna get some channel here. Their turret is up, so they could leave and pick it up. Although I'm sure they want to take advantage of the time that Imperius was in the penalty box. PRE gonna say, all right, well let's go for the healing camp, but that is going to notify Liddell. Gonna bring the rest of the team in now. And this is 13 talent here. Flailing Swipe used. Entomb there. There's a big taunt into the back. Mighty Gust, but Rain is just so low. Throws Liddell away. Rain self-sustaining through this. The healing totem does go down in favor of PRE, but Lothair unable to get out of that. Lothair goes down. Now it looks like they overlap the Flailing Swipe and the Mighty Gust. But notable on the match is we do not see the Bloodlust. I saw Muradin, I saw Zul'jin, and I'm like, yeah, this is obviously Bloodlust. Apparently not. Man, Lazy Hydra does not like Feldroth. That's like the 10th spear this game that was like through a crowd onto Feldroth. I mean, I imagine it's intentional, but man, it is, it's kind of funny how it keeps landing. Silver gonna walk off the point now. Gravity Lapse used. Ooh, there is a big combo. Gets on to Stukov. Secures the kill. Liddell now a bit low. Garrosh actually throwing Leo away. Leo rejoining the fight, but once again Mighty Gust used to disengage. And so there you go now. Tiny Dancer's getting another kill. But it's just that they're getting so much value off the map off these kills. Murra and Kael'thas now in the Protector. They want to go for this fort. Blue's starting to burn it down. Zul'jin has backed up to do camp. Their turret camp is up, but it's not active because of the Triglav at the moment. And once again, the pickoff onto Imperius. As this is what Tiny Dancers loves to do. They love to gank the solo lane. And Imperius doesn't have the best escape. Falstad coming down to help defend. Rhaegar going to take some damage. Tower now focusing in. Mighty Gust used. Rhaegar still under the tower. Minus 40 armor. Needs to be careful. Now the tower focusing Leo while Zul'jin just finishes. Minions come in. They get the last attack. And that is the second fort of the game going down for PRE. Tiny Dancers with a big lead. There's the Entomb onto the Garrosh. Guillotine there. Flailing Swipe used. Trying to zone it out, but Garrosh just going down. Just feels like the Flailing Swipe, it's just not enough here. Welly has been used as well by Jaina, so that will be down for a bit. And that's going to prompt Tiny Dancers to go for this aggressive play. They have the 16, they have the 5v4. Leo starting to rotate in if needed. And that is turret camp grabbed by Tiny Dancers. Taking a big lead in this game. Over a 2-level lead at this point. Now, still with the 16 advantage, they're going to go ahead and grab this healing camp. And this is going to enable them, I mean, they're already getting more passive XP. This is going to enable them to really hard win the race at this rate to level 20. It's going to take really a pretty seismic mistake for Tiny Dancers to not win the next objective at this point, as they should have level 20 well before the members of PRE. PRE still with 4 very long levels to go. Focus now. They want to get kills while they can. Oh, the taunt was used. The turnaround. There's the root. Hits on the Lothair. Living bomb spreading. Lothair going to survive that one. Flailing Swipe used once again to peel Garrosh out. And that is 7 kills to 1. Didn't secure a kill there. Now, starting to burn down this objective, as you do see Stukov going into that Earth Grasp Totem. It's a valuable tool for them. Muradin getting engaged on there. Should be noted, Dwarf Toss did, Muradin did go heavy impact, and Muradin's level 7 heavy impact basically gives Dwarf Toss a non-decaying 80% slow for 1.5. So you pair that with the Rhaegar, which is a 90% slow for 1 second. You pair that with Zul'jin, as is being mentioned in chat. Just kind of keep an eye on this Murrah here as the next objective timer starting to come up. Looks like they want to gank this fortification camp. But you pair that with the Zul'jin net 1.5, you're looking at about a 4-second stun. And PRE just, stuck clearing this map. Level 20 is here. Zul'jin going with the uninterruptible self-heal. Storm Shield, the choice for Rhaegar. Flamethrower from Kael'thas. The upgraded avatar from Murrah. Leo holding 20. Leo doesn't really have a bad 20 at this point. But I would think the silence on Entomb would be the play, just because it prevents the Stukov flailing swipe. As Tiny Dancers manages to grab their turret camp. Now looking for Liddell. Liddell, though, has the Spooky Ghost. Going to be able to walk out of this. Ooh, Lazy Hydra, who actually took the Wrath of Anguirus. I don't know how to pronounce that. Anguirus? Whatever. Point being, tried to take that separation talent. Couldn't use it there onto the Leo. Now it looks like PRD, they want to go for this healing camp. They want to just start grabbing the toys on this map as they can. But level 20 is here, and the engaged tools are there. There is the Buried Alive. Mighty Gus used. The Phoenix, though, putting Stukov in a bad spot. He uses Flailing Swipe, but he's not going to survive. Down goes Phoenix. And Tiny Dancers, once again, just getting that one kill. That's going to give them control of the map for a while. You don't see Tiny Dancers very often wipe an enemy team, but they're really good at executing their combo, getting that pick off, and then just getting control of the map. It's what they've always excelled at as a team going back to last season. Rhaegar now stepping up, having to back up from the mounted Garrosh. Muradin has finally finished his Stormbolt quest, so there we go. Important. Leo, by the way, channeling in the bot, 61%. PRE, just still trying to get 20. I mean, here we are now, almost 18 minutes into the game. They only just now hit level 19. But now, already with the Triglav Protector secured, you see the members of Tiny Dancer step up, get about half damage onto that keep before they start to back up. Triglav coming in, Fishing Queen's going to jump inside. Leo and KT are in the Protector. That means Leo could pop out with a big Entomb. This keep is going to just be popped. There's this triple root slow onto Lazy Hydra, and Lazy Hydra goes down, not able to escape. Flailing Swipe just doesn't help with the vehicles. But that said, looks like not immediately going for the end. Instead, they are going to go ahead and take mid-keep. Playing a bit more of a long game, although I'll be honest to say I'm a bit surprised by that choice. Jaina is extremely low. Murrah on the chase. Garrosh goes down as well. And that is 3 kills, so Tiny Dancers looking dominant in game number 1. As Muradin says, I want another. Now he's go back and misses the Storm Bolt, but all the same, this will be Tiny Dancers taking map number 1 here on Volskaya Foundry. Let me do the Baja thing. I'm not nearly as good at it as Baja is, but yeah, strong showing by Tiny Dancers here in game number 1. This was their map choice. They played it really well. The Muradin, Rhaegar, Zul'jin comboed up really nicely for single target isolation. And that's all they needed. And, Stukov does not have a cleanse. He relies on flailing swipe to save people, and just wasn't able to do it that game. And all told, I mean, they won the macro really hard with their good play. So we're gonna get set for game number 2. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching. All right, sorry about that. Without warning, we jumped straight into the draft. So, uh, Phoenix Rising, Tiny Dancers. Game 1 was all Tiny Dancers, which is what the standings would suggest. Um, Moving into Game 2, Phoenix Rising choosing to take map. They want to go to Cursed Hollow. This is a map that they quite like. They've picked it frequently. As we see the ETC banned out once again. Was it actually? No, it wasn't banned out in the last series. Tiny Dancer's first banned out Zool. The Garrosh is going to be banned. This is something that PRE, either we want it or no one can have it. Tiny Dancers. Let's see how they respond. Gonna ban out Deathwing. Deathwing haven't seen as much lately. He certainly feels like he's fallen off. I mean, they've more or less nerfed the hero into the ground, if we're honest. As Joe gets banned, that does leave Zool available. So for Cursed Hollow, they can either take it or expect to play against it. Still a 40% popularity rate, so not bad. They're going to grab that Muradin again. They just really like what that Muradin brings into PRE. And you can see Muradin, not a high popularity, not a high win rate, but definitely used effectively in that last game. Lucio Falstad. So want to get the Falstad out, but going with Lucio this time. Now, Lucio can be good on this map. He has just a lot of wall riding potential. On the other side, Mura is going to be paired. I mean, Rhaegar's available. They're going to go with Li Ming Sylvanas, which is a lot of poke. A lot of poke. But Sylvanas has great kind of sustain damage potential. A lot stronger in Assassin than people give credit for him. I quite like that pick. Anduin banned out for the Muradin Light Bomb potential. Dwarf Toss Light Bomb is a very good combo. Now, keep in mind, Lucio does not have a cleanse unless he goes high 5 at 10, which gives up Sound Barrier, which is arguably his best tool. Mal'Ganis going to be banned out on the other side, so not wanting that counter-engage potential, as well as the backline harassment that Mal'Ganis can bring. What are we going to pick? You presume Phoenix Rising grabs a tank and an assassin here, leaves their soul lane for last. Well, no, they're going to grab both their tank and their assassin. It's going to be a Blaze tank. Jindal Muradin concerns me a bit, as it kind of invites Muradin to just jump over you. And then they have the Leoric, once again, although this time on the other team. And the thing is, all three heroes so far can get out of Entomb. We have a Medic Vikings. So this could be one of two things. Could either be that Tiny Dancers just wants to get this film on tape with the TLV, just so that way people have to react to it, and plan for it on this map. The other possibility is that they just really want to just get some kind of match experience practice with it. Uh, Orphea going to be the last pick here. But we have a Vikings game. Huh. So actually we have some swaps here. Liddell is going to move to the Muradin. Silver going to jump onto the Vikings. And the medic. I don't really get the medic. I'd almost rather see something like Rhaegar or Monk that has siege damage. But we'll see. I just... The Vikings really caught me off guard. I guess the idea is they're running a pick comp and the medic has the grenade. Which is certainly, I mean, that's right in Tiny Dancer's wheelhouse. Control macro, run picks. So, with this, Tiny Dancers now looking to close out this series. Pulling some tricky goose shenanigans. That might be the case. TLV, we haven't really seen it a lot since the XP globe change. It requires a lot more micro now. On the other hand, you know, with the tower change, the Vikings themselves will be safer if they can play back and soak at the wall. But we're still loading in. Apologies. I know that my face is not particularly pretty. But here we go. Looks like we're waiting on Lothair from the look of things. As maybe we have a DC here. That's my thought, sweet buns. That I think that's exactly what this is. They're putting something on tape that everyone else has to react to. That could be it. I would expect a medevac. I would not expect... yeah, with the Sylph, yeah. I don't think Li... I'd almost rather see a Rainer than the Li Ming then. Because if you went Rainer with this comp, I think you have just a ton of siege damage. But you don't really have poke, which I think is maybe what they're trying to make sure Ming brings to the table. Here we go. Finally into the game.
Prepare yourself for battle, heroes.
Here we go. Go ahead and introduce the teams. Phoenix Rising Emerald trying to get this series to a draw. It's going to be Lazy Hydra on Leoric, Lothair on Falstad, Rain on Blaze, Jimmy on the Lucio, and Ace on the Orphea. And on the right side, Tiny Dancers, it's going to be Feldroth on Sylvanas, Liddell going to be on Muradin. Silver is on all three of the Vikings. Materium is going to be on Morales, and Fishing Queen on Sylvanas. And here we go now. Running top are the members of Tiny Dancers right away. Going for the Sylvgate. Wise decision to spread immediately. So now 3 defending 4 top. Lucio having to soak the mid. Probably not the setup they want. They'd love to rotate Leo out when they get the chance. There we go. On the other side, though, Leo has now rotated down. Lucio's starting to rotate up. Lothair getting a lot of value against the, I believe that's Baylog in the bottom. Olaf, Baylog, and Rayloff, I believe. Who's the tiny one? Can't remember. Baylog goes down. Eric, that's it. Rayloff. What even is Rayloff from? Is that like... sounds like Lord of the Rings. First Viking goes down, so already a slight XP lead here against Tiny Dancers. We'll see how long that lasts. Sylvanas starting to rotate away. Looks like they want to go for their siege camp. 3 defending 3 up in the top at the moment, as Sylv and Balog work down that siege. Olaf and Eric both soaking the lane, but we're keeping our attention up here for the time being. Siege camp has been grabbed. Liddell actually gets low, has to jump out. Great bait made, I rate 8 of 8. And there you see, I mean, the power of, as we don't actually have talents up, I know people love seeing the talents. We actually do see Muradin taking, not third wind, I thought. That was just second wind. Well, and medic. What is Rayloff from? I remember there being a Rayloff in something. Is that, am I thinking Skyrim? I might be thinking Skyrim. Ooh, focus there on to Orphea. Orphea needing to use her Q to walk out of there. Ming Orb looking for it. No camps yet picked up. Excuse me, siege camp was picked up there. Ooh, Eric has gone down. But no bruiser camps yet in the lane. Siege camp has not been cleared up bot, as we do see Olaf has come up to help channel. Lazy Hydra just going to annoy as he can. Ace is very low. Liddell on the chase. Now getting turned around on with the Blaze Stun, but Medic heals going to top back up, but actually taking a ton of damage, needing the Dwarf Toss again. Now Lucio up. Going to be able to start working on healing his team. Olaf, hard diving for the interrupt. Now the turnaround, trying to get onto Liddell. Feldroth is low, and Feldroth is going to be the first to fall. Was the first to fall in the last game. Didn't make a huge difference. Meanwhile, Eric has gone down to Falstad in the mid lane. Falstad doing the double soak dance at the moment. And you gotta think this objective stall definitely favors the Vikings comp. As, you know, it's just continuing to mount this XP differential. But that said, right now they're not actually getting that soak, and you know, eventually Lazy Hydra gets the channel, and PRA is getting, or PRE, excuse me, is getting the first objective. Bruiser camps are available to be picked up. Siege Giants not just yet. As Olaf is going to stay up here, so it's a five-man push into 3. Liddell taking a lot of damage, going to have to jump out. Olaf is going to sacrifice himself, but Feldroth on the chase gets the Blaze. Nifty little move to get out, and the stun onto Lucio is going to secure that kill. Looked like a minion got the last touch there. Feldroth is low. Feldroth, though, goes down, stayed too long. Still, though, great couple of kills there. As we're seeing the Hearths come in to get healthy on the side of Tiny Dancers. And they will want to stall this objective out. Eric goes down, so you know we're seeing a lot of deaths from these little Vikings at this point. And Silver might be the next to go, down below 100 health. Gonna have to Hearth here. Starting to look at this objective. Lazy Hydra going to take some damage from the Sylv. Gets chunked rather significantly. Ming with good poke. Ming did go into the orb build. Once again, no one has picked up the Bruisers. We do see a bribe from Balog onto the bottom Siege Giants. Falstad joining the fight, so we will get a 5v5 here, which you would think would favor PRA, but Lazy Hydra is just so low in the back line. Goes down. Looks like they wanted to engage then, but the engage kind of got disruptive, and PRA just going to have to walk away from that. And, you know, given how much time, how much soak they gave up to contest that objective, not the best situation. 10's now here. Now, they hit 10s at the same time against Vikings. That's a win. I would love to see Lothair not continue that chase and instead just clean up this bottom, but actually Lothair is about to get engaged on. Here comes the patented Tiny Dancers engage. Nope, Lothair going to be able to get out. Mighty Gus used, trying to buy some time off the black arrows. Blaze goes in. They get the stun on Nomura. But Tower's currently shooting minions, as Mura did not damage any members of PRA. Orphea potentially looking onto the flank. Next objective warning comes up. It is going to be the defensive position for PRA. Medevac has been used to transport top. Enemy team came bot. You're going to transport top and just avoid them. It's the way you want to play this. Falstad, Hearth now not even going to try to get top, just going to bribe their own camp. Starting to fly bottom. Looks like they want to take their boss here. Falstad going to channel. On the other side, boss going to be taking top. Now, this boss is going to move directly onto a keep wall, as opposed to a fort wall. No, excuse me, just the fort, no wall on the bottom. Boss has been grabbed. Baylog goes down. Take a quick look. We're up to several Vikings deaths. I don't know how many yet. 6 Viking deaths. Top camp has been grabbed. The Siege Giant will be here to defend. But right now, PRA, they just want to push with this. And this is something that, excuse me, I keep calling them PRA, and I do mean PRE. PRE wants to continue to push with this, but so do the members of Tiny Dancers, as it looks like we're getting something of a base race here. At this point, looks indeed exactly what we're getting. We're getting a base race. Now keep in mind that PRE is on Curse Point. Looks like Olaf's going to grab that, but now Tiny Dancers has backed off, coming back to defend, as they had to worry about their core at that point. That said, this boss may still get the keep. Leo simply doesn't have the auto attack damage needed. Level 13's just now coming in. Olaf going to get the channel. Falstad actually blowing Gust for a stall. And that should set up the 5v5. Eric has been dropped back here towards the Bruiser camp, but the Vikings are just going to recall. Sound barrier used, not sure that was when they wanted it, as now they are missing a big tool for this next fight. Jimmy taking a big, ooh, there's the Entomb flank, but it only hits Li Ming, casually blinks out of that. Liddell in the back line with the Avatar. Olaf goes down. Vikings pushing the Bruiser mid. Li Ming gonna stall, Jimmy trying to back channel, but the health bar is just starting to fall, and Lucio, without level 16 yet, is not going to have the team sustain needed to really set up this re-engage. So it looks like we're just going to see the members of PRE back up and play the long game here. Go for Curse Point on the next one. Here comes the Medevac, taking them bot. It's going to go for this bottom fort here. Keep in mind that bottom keep is down on the side of Tiny Dancers. So that is a win condition. The boss on the side of PRE's map is very important. And would you look at where the next objective is going to be? It's going to be right here where that Genji banner is. Ooh, Liddell goes in, selling out for this. Ooh, Lucio dove back in. Mighty Gus used to get the camp. Sound barrier used, trying to force a re-engage, just not... Jimmy is being rather optimistic here, I will say. Needs to back up, needs to play safe for a second, get healthy. Tiny Dancers doesn't look like they're in a rush to contest this. Jimmy is going to back. Looks like they might want to make a play for this mid fort. They do have Vikings pushing in the side. They're not going to get level 16 before this objective starts, but if they can stall it long enough, they may have it. Blaze on the chase, tries to go for the kill onto Eric, doesn't secure it. But now the objective is up, and actually 16 is available. They need to dismount Liddell. Liddell gonna hard engage here. Stun from the Lucio off his trait. Now Sylv jumping into the back, looking for Falstad. Nice little Wailing Banshees maneuver. There's a 3-man Entomb, but Lazy Hydra just so low. Mighty Gus used to disengage it. And without level 16, they don't have Rejuvenesca from Lucio, who now this is turning into a desperate fight. Lucio is going to drop. Crushing Jaws doesn't secure anything. Lazy Hydra and Ace on the back line. They don't get the kill. Ice block medevac from Morales to keep herself up. And PRE is going to need to defend a curse here and soak 16s in the process. Oh, and here it comes. Talked about this all night. The pick potential. Rain snuffs it out just in time. And manages to escape with the jet charge. These towers are, of course, cursed and therefore will not fight back. Level 16 just now coming in. We do have the Rejuvenesca now. That's going to help significantly. Now the focus onto Liddell. Jimmy and Rain both low, trying to get this chase. Wailing Arrow going to disengage it. Top keep has gone down. There are Siege Giants and a Cata here, nobody clearing them up. As boss is being taken right now by the Vikings. 3-man boss take. Is this something that has been practiced? We'll find out. It's doable. Takes a long time, but it is doable. See, the Vikings currently have it down to about a third health. And this boss will move straight on to core. And this whole time, Tiny Dancer's keeping all the members of PRE down here in the bottom, worried about their own boss. All the while, they do not recognize the true threat that is to come. Vikings boss take. And there it goes. So now, PRE, they're going to have to back up. They're going to have to clear this top boss. And looks like Tiny Dancer's still hovering around here. And they want this bottom boss. When they see Siege taken, they may just start on it. Leo's still down here, trying to be disruptive. Sylv has grabbed Siege Giants into the bot lane. Boss starting to be cleared. It has been started by Mura. Leo is aware they're on it, but it looks like they just have to give and defend, as that top boss more a threat right now, given that there is no keep in the way. Down to only about half health, so it will get some damage at least into the core shields. Question is, how much farther will it get? Tiny Dancer's gonna go ahead and take bruisers as they just continue to paint this map red. Boss gonna be cleaned up by the core as the members of PRE cleaning up this. Ooh, but they are gonna get backflanked and they need to be careful. No, actually, it looks like the team is going to go for this mid-keep while the boss pushes bottom. Great macro decision here by Tiny Dancers. Now the chase coming in. Very aggressive move there by Lucio. Does not get punished. Blaze goes in as well. Leo looking to slow the enemy team. Boss now on the keep, though. And mid-keep's going to fall as well. Now they engage on a Blaze. Mighty Gust has to be used. Bunker has been dropped as well. This bottom keep is going to fall. The mid keep may not be long after. And meanwhile, this whole time, Balog pushing the top. Level 20 is here once again for Tiny Dancers. 2-level lead. The chase is on, but just really good macro play by Tiny Dancers. They're knowing, hey, look, they're defending this. We can just back off. 11% damage onto the core. Liddell goes in, blows the avatar now. Big entomb there. Leo looking onto the flank, trying to get as many slows out as he can. Materium is low, uses the medevac ice block, trying to break the medevac. They don't. Materium still about 300 health. Lucio on the chase does secure the kill. Meanwhile, though, the core is down to 52%. Now 48 with that last little bit from the Siege Giants. So Tiny Dancers just, even with the deaths there, looking at getting the win by 1,000 paper cuts. This curse token might be the last chance for PRE in this series. They need to find 20. They need to find it fast. They need to get the lanes pushed out. They have minions. They have Katas in all 3 lanes. At least with bottom, the Kata's balance out. In mid and top, they are against significant Kata deficit. Falstad starting the Hearth here. Could fly back in. Instead, going to back up, get vision behind them. Maybe clear up that top lane before flying in. Actually didn't get the vision. But of course, the attention to the objective is here. Falstad trying to de-push Eric. Seeing this, Muradin gonna step up. Rain and Ace just taking a ton of damage from this Ming. Orphea once again just kind of whiffing on the claws. Medevac comes in from Morales to join this fight. Lazy Hydra very low, hops into the bunker. Now Liddell jumps out, Wailing Arrow to disengage, and Lazy Hydra does go down. Falstad, meanwhile, fighting in the top left against two Vikings. Ooh, Lothair going to take a lot of damage here from the Ming Orb. Liddell on the chase. Eric has gone down. That's two Vikings, and Mighty Gus has to be used there to secure the getaway. But core damage starting to stack up again. These shields are going down. There's a Siege Giant. There's a Kata. Falstad going to have to clean those up. This next objective is the last chance. It is Curse Point again. There is no way that PRE can survive another curse against them. Luckily, the bosses are down for now, but that top boss will be up in 30 seconds. Recata is going to get cleaned up. Here we go. Ooh, Lothair does get the kill onto Olaf, but at what cost? Sylve going in, has the barrel roll. There's Muradin chasing as well. Had the Mighty Gust, but just held it too long. And now with the Medevac, they will be able to grab Curse Point without the Falstad available, and that should be the series. Tiny Dancers looking to close out the game right here. Looks like they're going to make the boss play. Cursed Hollow Core is a bear. But without a Mighty Gust to steal, doesn't look like there's going to be much that PRE can do. Well, they have at least stalled out the objective. Vikings coming in now. No, got interrupted. The boss has now been grabbed, though, and that's going to give time for Tiny Dancers to stall out this objective. Buried Alive used onto the Ming. Feldroth getting caught by the Orphea Crushing Jaws, but still alive, manages to Wailing Banshees on out of there. And there's a big Wailing Arrow getting Lucio down. Lucio extremely low. Baylog going to secure the kill. Now Rain is low, trying to get one last trade kill onto a Viking. But even if he did, it wouldn't be enough, and he doesn't. Medic does go down to Orphea, but I don't see Ace getting out of this one either. Doing a lot of damage, but this core is 30% and dropping. Tiny Dancers, they play a good macro game. PRA just unable to win enough fights. They won one and they turned it into a keep. Weren't really able to win any other fights, just took too much Ming damage. But with that, with apologies to Tiny Dancers, no post-game interview. I apologize, as I need to jump into practice with my own team. I just wanted to pick this match up because I figured it's a good chance to get in quick, get a few games casted. So with that, thank you all for watching, and have a great night. Take care.